when your crew chief hollers at you, settle back down and try to do what he says. If you trust him, if you don't, tell the owner, hey, I need a new one.
Rolling, 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 green, green, green. The rookie lap is green. All clear, go get them. No rookie moves.
Welcome to the Rookie Lap. This weekend we went bowling at the Glen, and there were a lot of pins all over that track. I think that we had a terrible bowling game. I'm Connor, that's Frank, and he's blind. I couldn't think of a character, so he's just blind this week. This is the Rookie Lap.
Well, did y'all do anything more exciting this weekend than this race?
Well,
I think my dreams had more excitement than this race.
not for the whole race, just for sections and parts of it.
Yeah.
Let me start by saying that every week I've said I've gone fishing the last, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
I also went fishing this weekend, but I didn't just go fishing. I went fish slaying.
Oh, okay.
I slayed the fish this weekend. Good God, they were biting. We had a great time. Matter of fact, they were biting so good that we were supposed to help Austin get moved up to college, and then I was kind of a little late for that. My wife calls me and says, you know, we're supposed to be going. I said, you know the fish are biting. I'll be there. Anyhow.
I had to get you off the line because I got one on the line.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. Oh, yeah.
That's right.
They were killing it this weekend. And then we did go help college, help Austin get
Up college, moving
into
to
college, get ready for college, get ready to get started at Georgia Southern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about what I did. We went out to eat and just walked around some places Friday and spent all day Saturday moving in and figuring out the campus. And I was listening to racing the whole time. But that was about it. Some dirt racing. They had some good shows this weekend. Crazy stuff. And that was about it.
And you, Connor.
We
know you went with us Saturday, so other than that.
I did go with y'all Saturday. I had such a great time Saturday. I did. Friday I really didn't do much. My dad, which I have to say, my dad worked on the car because he's been getting on me because he's like, you. I was like, I help. You know, he's just got a way he likes to do stuff to the car. So when I say I've been working on the car, really it's my dad, and I'm sitting there like, I could do that, and he's like, no, I'm doing it. So. But I did mess with the car. Okay. So I did do that Friday, and I finally got some Chick-fil-A Friday, too, after nobody at work will go to Chick-fil-A. So I finally went out for lunch Friday and got Chick-fil-A. And this morning at church, I played saxophone for the people at church. I mean, it was terrible, but I did play. I attempted to play. So that's all I did this weekend.
Oh, we're getting a little better by week.
Yeah, and we had me and Austin had an interesting night last night, even though we weren't together. So I was wanting. It got too late by the time we got home, and I was wanting to go to their house and watch the Knoxville Nationals. And I said, well, I can either watch the Xfinity race, or I can go to Austin's house and watch the Knoxville Nationals, and then be up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock trying to finish the Xfinity race. I said, all right, well, I'll just go home and do that. So I turn on the Xfinity race, call him at his house. So I get to sit there and listen to the Knoxville race and another late model race that they were playing at their house through the phone. I think we were on the phone for 2 hours and 40-something minutes. And he was listening to the Xfinity race through the television, even though he'd already heard it on the radio. But he said he wanted to hear what they said on television. So, yeah, we were both. I had mine blasting. They had theirs blasting. So we got to do like 3 races all in one last night till, about 12:30 or so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the kind of race fans we are.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I guess this week we've decided we're going to start with the biggest race of the weekend, which wasn't the Cup race.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that's a shock to anybody that watched them all.
Mm-mm.
No, sir.
So, if you watch, you know we're talking about Xfinity. It started off the typical boring-ish kind of first stage and got better in the second stage, and then the third stage, just a whole nother race. And I think that's one of the best Xfinity races that a road course has ever had.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely went from very low, close to 0 on the scale again, and then ramped it right up, didn't they?
Yeah.
In more than one way.
it wasn't even over when you got to the checkered flag this week.
No, actually, we were at the college, and Austin and I guess his dad had seen the results and what happened during and after the race, and I heard him talking about somebody going to the hospital. So I watched the whole Xfinity race. The race is over, and I'm sitting there going, does the car burst into flames when we get to the winner's circle, or what happens? I never knew. And then all of a sudden, oh crap! You got to be kidding me. First, I've seen some of them slip, but never nothing like that.
That was a nasty fall.
Yes, it was.
Nasty hit too. I mean, that's just right good enough to hit that.
Yeah, I thought at
collarbone
first he
right
had
there.
pounded his head on the ground, but then I went back and just kind of scrolled through real slow,
Mm-hmm.
you know, little piece at a time, and realized, well, that's good. At least he didn't bang his head. But anyhow, let's get back to the race.
Yeah. Well, just for those that haven't seen it, he ended up with a broken collarbone. So Xfinity's got next week off, so hopefully he'll be back at Daytona, but we'll have to wait and see. He didn't get to race today, though. They had to withdraw. But anyway, yeah, I guess going in order, the first thing that really happened in that race was Shane caught a lucky caution and finally got to come out ahead of Connor for the first time all day, and he wasn't nowhere near as fast in that particular race and was trying to hold him off, and they got together.
Is that the way you see it? They got together? I saw a lot of people that said that they got together. I think that's how NASCAR put it out. That's not how I saw it, but
What?
go ahead and give me your take on it.
I mean, from what I've read, they say that Zillish ran off the track and I guess came back on and hit Shane. So I think he probably, since he was the one that was coming from behind and wasn't clear, that he probably should have lifted and got back behind him. But
That would be the way I see it. Yeah, if not that he wasn't much faster, but at that point he wasn't in the lead. So give just that little bit maybe, and that's all it would have taken. And
Yeah.
his teammate again
Mm-hmm.
could have had a good finish, huh?
or moreover, Junior Motorsports teammates.
Yeah.
Every single week it's at least two of them. You don't know which two, but it's going to be two of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyhow, yeah, that could have played out a little different. It didn't. We'll move on from that, I guess. But I think Zillich might have just a little crack of the throttle, and that would have never happened, and he would have still won the race. So that was the only thing that would have changed from that, is maybe Shane finishing second, or maybe not second, because he really wasn't that fast all day long.
No, he might have lost the third or fourth.
Yeah.
That's just. I do think that was more on Zillish, but at the same time, Shane was holding him up for so long and so much slower that I think that was coming. 'Cause, I mean, Connor was on him for, I think, 5 laps. And that finally got together, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And and I don't think, it's real possible. Excuse me, like I say, Shane might not have finished second because Austin Hill was back there.
Yep. So
And,
that's
and
what,
apparently he didn't learn his lesson.
No, so that started first. You think fair or foul on the restart after the Shane incident whenever they went green and Austin knocked Connor out of the way and punted him and made him drop back to 5th on that restart.
I think it was wrong, but I could have almost lived with that just by the fact they were all racing real hard.
Mm-hmm.
Could have almost said, he didn't take him out. Let's give him a little break there, but
then
that's still tough. Yeah, then he just went ahead and proved that he's a complete idiot, and did kind of the same thing that Connor did, except for way worse.
Yeah.
Came back on the track, and even out of the 47 or 50 different ways he tried to describe it, I think one of them was, maybe I should have lifted. Because he had a whole bunch of different ways of saying that went or didn't go or should have went.
Yeah.
He was full of excuses, but I just think he's full of bull at this point.
yeah. But
He's full of something.
If,
Pudding.
if you're rough, just man up. Hey, I'm a rough driver. Deal with it.
Well, they were saying that he said he wasn't going to change his ways, so I guess he stuck to that.
He got that part right.
no kidding.
But even before wrecking McDowell, he had already been door slamming him 5 times for whatever reason. So I don't know. Mike McDowell said he don't know what his problem with him was because nothing really happened between them, but he seemed to have an issue.
Knowing McDowell on a road course is a very aggressive driver, but I don't think so much a dirty driver. He just is aggressive that he might try to put it in a hole that maybe Austin's not used to the Xfinity drivers really trying to get in there and get around him like that. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I didn't see anything. Of course, TV don't show everything, but I didn't see anything that McDowell did that was out of the way.
No.
But what was it, 16 cars involved in that accident?
Biggest Xfinity wreck there ever.
And not just involved, there were some destroyed.
Yeah, I think they were saying Sawalich got took out by tires that were flying.
Yeah.
I don't even think he was actually in the wreck.
Yeah, I don't know. There was so much carnage and stuff flying and dirt and all in the air. You couldn't really tell who got destroyed for what reason, but that was a bad one.
All credit to him.
Yeah. I mean, heck, when I was watching it, I was first wondering, but maybe before the race, McDowell stole Hill's dog or did something. I mean, he must have done something to piss him off pretty good because he had all the opportunity in the world just to crack the throttle a little bit and had to know where he was swinging and coming back on that he was going to hit him. That was just uncalled for.
Well, does he get another suspension?
I don't think NASCAR will do anything about that. I think they'll just lay that one back on racing. There hadn't been a whole lot of anything from them, and the TV crew didn't push it, and I think sometimes maybe that means more to them than the fans saying he's dirty because they hear so much of it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, that's true.
They chose to go to interview with him right when they got on that red flag. Out of all the drivers, they go to interview the one that caused that big old wreck, and I've seen a bunch of people talking about that.
Yeah.
I forget what he said in the interview, but
No.
from what I hear, he didn't take very much responsibility.
No, he didn't, and he's been around long enough to know sometimes you got to reel it back in just a little bit. That's all. I mean, just with both of them, it was just a matter of just crack the throttle.
Yeah.
You didn't have to lift and get off of it; just crack it a little bit. We're talking tenths of a second.
Yeah.
No positions lost. Just
a few more cars that could still race.
yeah. Oh yeah, quite a few. I mean, he ruined a lot of people that were having decent days. Ruined their day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of decent days, I want to give a shout out to Austin Green, driving for Jordan Anderson. Got him a top 10. His 3rd top 10 of the year, 6th ever. Only 15 starts.
Yeah, and I think he's got an ARCA win this year.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
I think he did. And anyhow, he's shown some speed in different places. It'd be interesting to see what he could do in a decent ride.
Yeah, because Jordan Anderson's always seemed like a really good guy from what I've heard, but, I mean, he knows himself that they aren't putting out the best cars. So
Right.
the fact that Austin's almost batting 50-50 on top 10s is pretty good.
Oh, I'd say, yeah. I thought he did real well. In the times they showed him on TV running, he was running a smart race, making good moves, not trying to press the issue too much, but he was putting himself in good position to make passes.
Yeah. And then we mentioned him last week, but another week of Harrison Burton just
Pointing it out.
yeah.
Just
Another
racing for
top-
points.
Got some points, another top 10, and he's opened that gap up to 30 points. And I'm starting to think he might have it in the bag.
Yeah, while he's got it figured out, I think Jeb and them went the exact opposite way.
Yeah,
They've done pretty bad the last few weeks.
yeah. And Sieg seems to be good at everywhere but road courses, and they
Yeah,
got another road course, so
Yeah, I think I saw where he had finished outside the top 30 in the last few road courses. So.
yeah. So I'm starting to think unless they get a new winner, that Harrison's got him a spot in the playoffs.
Probably.
Kind of looking that way.
But I think that's it for the Xfinity race for me.
Well, there was a couple other guys that had good and bad days, like Allgaier wound up with a decent points day.
Yeah, but he still lost the points lead.
He did lose it. Creed had a bad points day. There was a couple of guys up there that things didn't quite go their way, but yeah, it was one of the more interesting ones.
It sounded way better on the radio. The way MRN was calling it, there was several times. I remember the one time when Zillis was coming back from getting punted, they said he was side by side for third, and then all of a sudden they were like, he's side by side for third, and now he got second. Oh, and now he's in the lead.
Oh yeah, there was a few of those times. Yeah, he did make a good move there. Everybody kind of moved up just a little bit when he put in there, and I didn't think he was going to stick underneath him, but he did.
Yeah.
Zip right past. But there were a whole lot of good passes, good setups. They were able to move their cars around a lot better than the Cup Series was, and just make for a more interesting race all through the field.
I just wish I could actually see that stuff, because it was that one, and then on the last restart, when Sammy Smith got the lead from him, they talked about how Sammy got the jump and that Connor was losing second, and they talking about, oh, he's about to be dropped back to third, and now he's back in the lead.
No, Sammy made a good jump. They are right about that. He did everything he could, but it didn't stick for him.
Yeah.
Connor's either got it figured out or they got that car just so dialed in. It just did everything he wanted it to.
Yep. But I think that's it for me, except I guess we mentioned Sawalich. He looks like he might actually just be a decent road racer.
Yeah, in general, I think his season's turned around, though.
Yeah, it has.
I mean, he's done better across the board and shown more speed, and the problems he's had of late, I don't think has been any of his making.
No. And I'm thinking if Shane and Connor didn't exist, he might have won the last two road courses.
That's true.
He was third to him for most of both of them, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see where it goes, but I think he's showing the promise that they were hoping that he would at this point.
Yeah. Starting to look more like a Joe Gibbs car.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think that's good for them. You want to do the rundown on the truck race?
Let me tell you, let's see, the truck race was pretty daggum exciting, too, now.
Yeah,
There were a whole lot of beating and banging and pushing and shoving, and to me, like I think I sent you a message that night that it looked like a truck race of old, like they used to, where everybody would just kind of said, we're the bottom series, we can do what we want to do, and they did. Of course, I guess everybody knows Corey Heim won, and that wound up being one of those deals where he got back all them bad races he had. I believe it was just karma paying him back for all the times that he had a ignition problem or this problem or got wrecked problem getting put to the back.
Yeah.
So karma gave him one back, but part of it doing that was you had Ross, Kyle, Riggs, Zilich, all the ones that we thought might have had a good race, should have had a good race. All of those had problems along the way during the race and were never really a factor.
Yeah, that's something. I'm tired of watching that 07 truck. I've had enough of it. They just need to
Change the number.
change the crew, just get rid of that team.
Yeah, there's something definitely missing with that team.
This is every single race.
Had plenty of drivers in it.
Byron, Larson, Bush, every single Cup driver gets in the 07 truck and can barely maybe squeeze out a top 10, but they put Sammy Smith and Hocevar and all them in the 7, and they're up there running top 5.
Yeah, it just never seems to really have any speed, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I'd like to know what's going on there.
And I guess I don't know if everybody knows, but it was a bad day for Tony Browder. She had a bad fire in it.
Bad weekend.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, she had some other issues, didn't she?
She got her car broken into, and somebody stole her suitcase with all her driver's suits for the next few races and all that. So.
Yeah. Oh, and I got one more thing about that race. Here's something I'm going to say, and I don't know who's going to make mad and who's not, but I'm going to say it anyhow. At the end of the race, there was a driver who was putting a lot of pressure on Corey Heim, and that's Daniel Hemrick.
Yeah.
And here's my take on that. I don't think Daniel Hemrick has that killer instinct or that winner's instinct. He had plenty of opportunities where if he'd have pushed it a little harder or just stayed where he was at, he could have taken the lead. But I've watched him race for probably 4 or 5 years now, and anytime you see him near or at the front, it just never seems to go his way, other than, I guess we all know, one race.
Yeah.
That did. But, I mean, if he gets himself in a tight position, it's like it's almost like he's got one car or truck or whatever he's driving that he owns himself, and that's the only one he'll ever be able to race again, and he don't want to put a scratch on it.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't push it. And I honestly believe that at the end of the race, he probably had a faster truck.
Yeah.
And he's a good driver. He does a good job taking care of the vehicle, putting himself in decent position, but I just don't think he has
He's just
that
missing that
winner
edge.
or killer's instinct to win races.
Yeah, and I know for that specific time they interviewed him, and he said that he was hoping that Racenheim Clean would come back in a good way for the playoffs when they race each other for a championship.
He's wrong.
But yeah, Heim don't.
You think Heim wouldn't put his butt in the wall on the last lap to
don't-
win a championship?
Yeah, he don't
He
care
would.
how he raced him. So
And not just him. I mean, you can go down the list. There's a bunch of them when it comes to winning a championship or even a race a lot of times. And not to say he should have punted Heim, but he had opportunities to get by him definitely without wrecking him. He might have just nudged him or moved him a little bit, and he was almost by him a couple times. So
yeah,
I just think he's one of the drivers that lacks that instinct, that killer instinct to want to win races. And
Yeah.
he's not the only one, and it's a shame because he is in a fast truck.
yeah, I agree with you, but I think they had a pretty good showdown, and
And the race itself, I just enjoyed the race. I'm like I say, I know I sent you a message afterwards. Just wow. Enjoyed this.
I was just curious. I guess in this, just all of them, why were there so many mechanical issues?
Yeah, that is true. There were, in the truck especially, I think more than any. I don't know.
Arca had a lot more, I think.
Yeah, that's right. They did in the Arca. But they were saying that everything's got sped up at this track, and maybe it's because they gave them a little more room to race or something. I'm not sure. And how that would affect it, I don't know. But, I mean, it was odd things like fuel pumps and different things that people were having.
Yeah, fuel pumps.
Or is the track
and
just
transmissions.
is the track just that much rougher now, or have that much more bite or something that's tearing up transmissions and axles and other parts? I don't know. It
Yeah.
wasn't never really explained, and I wasn't there to look at it and see the track, so I don't know. But yeah, there
Yeah.
were a lot. They even had a couple in the Cup Series, which not too many, but a couple issues.
Yeah. So I don't know. That was weird, but
Or maybe it was just coincidence. Maybe their parts are getting old. They've been racing all year, and the stuff's about wore out.
I'd say that might be true for some of the Arca stuff, because
Yeah.
you know, Brayton Laster's a guy on X that's always out there trying to get sponsors and stuff like that. He's still a pizza man during the week, and he posted after that Arca race and said, "My car for this race is older than the winner." The kid that won the race is 15 years old. Which, shout out to him, Tristan McKee, his first ever Arca start, and he won his debut
Yeah.
at 15. But yeah, Brayton said, "My car is older than him."
Wow.
It's impressive.
But
Hey,
Yeah.
he's out there trying, though. You got to give him props for that.
he's always out there trying to get sponsors and stuff all over X, talking to people. So I give him all the credit in the world for his effort he's putting in.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Doesn't he have a deal where he lets people put their name on the car or something?
you can, anybody on X can go on there and say, "Hey, I'll give you $50," and he'll put whatever sponsor you want on there. He'll sell them for $50, $100,
There you go. Get your name on the car cheap, and
Yeah.
that's the one.
Get our name on the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah. Hey, well, maybe we need to do that.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Why not?
We'll message him and see what we can do. We'll see if we can't get a little rookie lap name on this car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe everybody will blow up that week and he'll win.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was about it for them, except dang, Brent Cruz was leading the whole race because Butterbean got knocked out in lap 1 with transmission, I think it was. And Brent, with like 4 to go, his car just shut off, and he ended up having to try and catch the pack while they were doing a 1-lap shootout or whatever when they got it back rolling, and he didn't get back in time, so Tristan got him a win, and second youngest winner in Arca history, actually. So
Cool.
that was it for them and trucks, I think, and Xfinity.
All right. Yeah.
Well, let's move on to the big time then.
Yeah, Cup.
Boring time.
It was It was all right, I guess. Not a barn burner. They can't all be barn burners, but I guess the one thing that I can say I was very happy with is that tires. This tire was good here last year, and they brought it back, and it worked again. So
Yeah, they had some fall off.
good fall off, made a difference.
Nothing
and-
crazy. They could still race, but it did have enough fall off where strategy mattered.
Yeah. And so you could have somebody actually pit a couple laps earlier and jump people that stayed out a few extra laps or whatever, or come back through the field.
Yeah, you say that about the race though, but it was if you were able to watch the race, them boys were driving their butt off.
Yeah.
When they showed them in their car and when they showed them driving, even the guys back in 18th, 20th, wherever on back through the field, they were working their butt off trying to get somewhere. It's just it's gotten so fast
They're also even.
that they're so even. Yeah, you have to run as hard as you can the whole time.
Yeah.
There's just no way to really get a good mechanical advantage. The tires, like you say, help some with that.
Yeah.
You know,
but everybody-
unless you're Shane, nobody's really got a good advantage over anybody else.
all running the same speed, nobody making any mistakes, so it comes down to newest tires and when you pit and the fastest pit crew. But
Yeah.
that's almost a weekly tradition
I
right
mean,
now.
yeah, look at what Briscoe did at the end he saved and waited and got tires real late. He blew through a lot
Yeah, I
of the field.
think he came from 17th to 5th.
Yeah, which sounds impressive, but
Yeah.
and he was better than a lot of the people that were ahead of him at that point, but not that much better because he blew right by some of them.
No, that I think taking Shane out, that would have been a good showdown for that win. That whole top 5 was pretty close on each other, I think.
Yeah,
As
you
far
didn't
as
know
speed.
who was gonna because it looked like Butcher had it, and
And then Bell got around it.
yeah, so it was
And Byron was in
interesting.
front of both of them before that.
He was.
Yeah, so they were all kind of close there, but
Yeah,
I don't
you just take Superman out of the game, and you
yeah,
got a good game.
yeah. But
But they didn't.
yeah, so now we got
They-
Shane.
They let him race.
Which is good. I'm glad they didn't end a caution.
He's the quickest driver to 5 wins in the modern era.
Thank you.
There
Thank
it
you
is.
for saying it was in
There
the
it
modern
is.
era.
And he's only the 3rd driver ever to win 5 races after starting at 34 years old. So
And probably be the last one to do it because nobody else wants us, races at that age anymore.
No.
yeah,
So I imagine he'll be the last to do that, or at least while we're around.
yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's the winningest rookie ever with 4 wins this year. So he won again, 11 seconds this time.
Yeah, and I think last week we were asked if we'd take him or the field, and I think most of us said the field, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
Yeah,
you can't be much more wrong than that.
I didn't think he was going to do it.
I didn't think he was going to be that dominant again. Not
No.
here anyhow. Not after there was a couple people that he actually got showed up last year here, and then there were some other people that were running pretty decent compared to him.
Well, his big competition that I thought he was going to have didn't get didn't get the race.
yeah.
Well, that's true.
So that's what happened to one of them. But the rest of them, though, I mean, nobody could hold him down.
I don't know. I feel like just with him staying out, which yes, it was showed that he's better than them because he was able to stay out longer and manage his tires as good as he did, but I feel like since he also had fresher tires and everybody behind him, it kind of made it look worse than it actually was because, I mean, we've talked before that he saves and doesn't just try and get out there and run away, but, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like he was dominating for the first part of the race.
No, and
Wayne was
unfortunately,
holding on.
I didn't watch the lap times between him and Briscoe there at the end. I probably should have done that to see where they were at.
Yeah, I
Since
don't
Briscoe
know.
was actually on a little better tire than him, but yeah, the ones that were behind him had a few more laps on their tires. That's for sure.
Yeah, and they seem pretty even for the prior to all of that stuff.
So I guess that's just something. Unless he tells us or the truth, we won't never know. Was he holding back the rest of the time, or don't know?
Yeah,
But he put a butt whooping on him. It's as simple as that.
he did. But how about Blaney? I was
impressed.
Yeah, we don't never talk about him in road courses, and he led a good bit, got him a stage win, and
Got him a
lost the top
10.
5 on the last lap, I think, but still ran
He was
6th.
pretty happy. If you saw his interview after the race, he was content with the way the day went, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, Penske as a whole is not. I mean, when's the last time we saw Cindric or Logano or, I guess, throw Barry in there run up at a road course? They just.
Cindric occasionally has a decent race, but
Yeah.
or gets in decent positions. I don't know about finishes.
No.
Joey might as well stay at home. Along with some of the other guys, their road course skills just aren't there, and I think they'll admit that.
I don't know if it's the skill, though, because Joey, he's just like a couple of the other guys. He won road courses back in the day. He actually swept Watkins Glen 10 years ago. But just right now, I think it might be him, but I also feel like Penske's stuff is just off at road courses a little bit.
It might be.
But yeah, I was impressed by Blaney, and I was impressed with Bubba. Got him, where did he finish? 8th, 7th?
I would tell you, but NASCAR hadn't updated they hadn't put out the results yet on their website.
Well, it's on the app.
I can look on the app real quick, but
I think he got 8th, but
yeah, he surprised me that he was up there because I didn't never see him up there a whole lot earlier
yeah,
in the
'cause
race.
he's
then just
notoriously
boom,
one
all
of
of a
the
sudden.
worst on road courses. He usually has an issue at every single one of them, and got a top 10 for sure. And
Bubba was 8th.
yeah,
Hmm.
and this their 4th straight top 10 actually. So they got that train rolling since he won.
Yeah, he was 8th, and Reddick was 9th.
Yep.
So their team did overall better, probably. Well,
Reddick, though,
2/3 of their team. Yeah, most of their team did.
I think they're on two different ends though, because I'm impressed with Bubba getting a top 10 at a road course because he is usually in the 20s or 30s.
Yeah, and
just
Reddick's
having
just the
issues,
opposite.
but-
You're right. He used to be
Yeah,
fast.
Reddick is normally winning. He's actually tied with Busher for the most top 10s in this car, I think, but they've seemed to be missing stuff on road courses this year. This might be about the best he's ran at one.
They've kind of been missing a lot this year.
Yeah.
I'm
But-
surprised he doesn't have a win by now. I don't know what's going on with Reddick in his car, but
Yeah, they're just off.
yeah.
They've had speed a few times and they throw it away and it don't matter. But
Maybe he'll win Daytona.
yeah. But I was impressed with Bubba. They seem to have that momentum up. 4 top 10s in a row and heading to Richmond, which I don't remember if that's a good track for him or not, but I guess the road course ain't never been a good track for him, so it might not matter. And then Eric Jones, he came back for a 12th after he went for a little ride.
Yeah, another teammate on teammate crime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What'd you
Seems
think
to be a
about
lot of that anymore. That one wasn't that egregious, really. John Hunter, he just kind of got in a position where he was trying to make a pass, and I don't think that was a horrible look for him. It isn't like he slammed into the back of them. They just kind of hit side to side a little bit, and things didn't work out well for Jones. But at the end of the day, they did. So.
Well, what about the other teammate on teammate? How was the McDowell on Hocevar? He spun him too.
Yeah, that one almost looked intentional.
Did it?
Sometimes it's hard to say, but I almost would say it did.
I don't think they get along. I've heard several interviews, especially with McDowell, and they'll talk to him, and he's like, how's your dynamic being at this team with Hocevar? And he's like, there's not one. We're completely different. We don't have anything in common. He doesn't listen to anything. And I don't think they seem to get along.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't shock me if that's what happened, but
I wasn't in the car, so I don't know, but that's what it looked like.
yeah. And then I guess the only other we had Barry get spun around, and then whatever happened between Denny and Kyle, that kind of.
Most of them, honestly, I think were just a product of them. Everybody out there trying to race so hard. I think they blame Ross for that, but I saw it, and Ross was inside of them. He never touched either one. They're the ones that got together. So, what
Yeah.
are they gonna say? You put us in a position to wreck each other?
I guess so. I don't know.
I don't know. Sometimes you pick on the guy that's been in trouble so much for doing bad
Yeah, I
things.
feel like that
Mhm.
might be what that
I
one
think that
is.
might be where we go with that one.
Yeah, but I don't know that there was much else. I guess.
No, the race was just
Average.
average race, good hard racing. Other than
Typical road course strategy.
yeah.
Mhm.
What
that's-
about though? The 5 team, they screwed up again. Just errors that we're not used to them making.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming, and I think if I was maybe Gordon or somebody a little higher up in the organization, we would be having a serious conversation. These are problems you shouldn't have.
Yeah,
Brakes are fairly basic.
yeah.
I mean,
and
you got
just-
pressure on this side, pushes pressure to that side. I know that there's a little more than that going on, but they're not that hard to make things work right. When you got the kind of money and people that they have, you really shouldn't have those issues.
No, but he had this here, and then I think the street course is where he had voltage issues, and then spin out.
Yeah, now sometimes that's not something that the mechanic can quite as much control.
Mhm.
Well,
Batteries, alternators, things like that. I doubt that they're building. They're probably buying from some source, buying
yeah,
that kind of stuff with the alternators and all. And it's just unfortunately those things happen. Now, if you screw up on the wiring, there's some things that the mechanic can do, but there's also some things out of the mechanic's control on that end.
well, it just,
But brakes, 100% on the mechanic.
yeah. I guess the last couple weeks they were just getting back on their good pace racing and back to this. So I don't know. I'm just curious to see if they get this in the right direction, because
Hey, get the crap out of the way now.
yeah,
They know they're going to the
they're so
playoffs.
close to the playoffs now that it needs. Normally, momentum changes aren't immediate. They kind of take a few races, and they don't have but a few more races.
Yeah, and we know Daytona won't typically do it.
Yep,
No.
that's one.
Richmond could help them, but Daytona's just like a throw. That for everybody. One person's going to leave happy, and the rest of them's going to regret something.
Yeah, and then I think they go to Darlington. I'm sure we remember how that worked out last
I don't
time.
want to talk about it.
Yeah, but
I don't
I'm
want to
just,
talk about it.
right now they're not the championship
He
team
did set the
that
fastest
they-
lap, though, didn't he?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
just put in the qualifying, set up, and go race.
Hey, that's smart thinking, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, credit all that. I'm curious to see how they move forward, because it's not the championship team that any of us have
No,
came to expect
yeah.
from them in the last several years.
They don't look playoff ready right this minute, do they?
No, so
Neither do some other teams, though.
no.
No.
And some of the other teams that are his teammates don't look playoff ready.
Yeah.
One of them kind of does now. Looks like maybe they've turned the corner.
Talking
Well,
about
I
Byron?
think the difference with
Yeah, Byron looks.
that is Byron's had speed the whole time. He just kept getting in unlucky accidents, even running top 10.
Well, that's true. That's true. They've had speed, but
now
they
just-
look at this point like maybe, hey, we've got some things figured out to where that we can keep ourselves in better positions and not
Yeah.
make mistakes.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so with all that, we got them, and Chase dropped outside and finished 26th today.
They just
Yeah.
didn't look good every time I saw them on the track. They looked decent for a lap or two, and then it's see ya. Everybody
Yeah.
just kind of get by him.
And then
Never-
Denny had his,
Yeah, Denny's another one that could probably sit home at road courses
yeah,
and be happier. Maybe they need to have babies only when they're
Yeah,
having
I
road
think
course
so.
races.
he comes away with 25th, so I think that leaves Byron 2 races to go and a 42-point lead now.
Got a good shot at that
We don't went from having
regular
the
season championship.
closest points battle in the last 13 years to it's starting to look like a runaway is going to
Yeah.
happen.
It's not over, definitely. You don't know that for sure, but it's looking that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't know if he wins it by more than 60. I think we might need to have a playoff for the regular season champion. Just I don't know if we can have somebody run away with it that much. But
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Okay then. Let's throw some more crap in there to think about. All right.
But I think he got that. No.
But there were some other guys that had pretty good days. Busher kept himself in the running very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he could have, should have, would have, almost kind of won Watkins Glen 2 times in a row.
Yeah, and his problem was he got too close and then Shane said,
Yeah.
Because he looked like he was rolling there for a minute. Heck, I thought, oh boy, this is going to get good. Wrong.
Yeah.
Shane had a 6th gear in his car. I think he's on with a 6-speed because he found another one that the rest of them didn't have right there after they got close.
Yeah.
And Priest looked like, boy, he was having a good day. I think he got quite a few points today. Problem is,
33, I believe.
yeah, the problem is the man in front of him got more or did a little better.
Yeah, so they got a 34-point gap between those 2 teammates. But none of it matters if a new winner comes in the next 2 weeks. So.
That's right. We still got 2 more weeks for it to happen. And I guess Connor thinks it's going to be Brad.
Brad Week's coming.
Brad Week's coming. He's been
Don't hate on
saying that for how long now?
It's coming. I did this last year, and it finally
But
showed up.
is it going to get here before the playoffs? You got 2 left.
Next week.
All right.
Him
I
and
hope
Busher
so.
ran 1-2 at Richmond a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for Brad Week next week.
So Brad,
And then maybe he'll skate by at Daytona if he doesn't do it next week. But I see Brad Week in the future.
Y'all think we're going to have repeat winners the next 2, or will we have 2 new winners, or 1 and 1?
I think we'll at least have one because I'm still banking on Brad Week before the playoffs. I'm
I'm going to go out and say we're going to have 2 new winners.
I don't know if we'll have 2. I think Daytona you're definitely going to get a new winner, but
yeah,
you might
me
have
too,
a repeat
and then
next
you
week.
might have the Austin Dillon special next week.
Oh gosh,
I'd like to see
I don't like it.
what's going to happen at the end of Daytona right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can only imagine if they go ahead and have some kind of green-white checkered or a 5-lap run to the end or whatever, there's going to be some pushing and shoving and beating and banging and get out of my way and trying to make
Harrison
it.
Burton gets the lead, and
Yeah, something crazy going
But you
on
know
there.
that it might be the most boring race we've ever watched when it gets to Daytona, and they might not wreck a single time and race to the line.
I promise. We can go ahead and put down a bet now. I promise they'll wreck within the last 5 laps.
I'm imagining they are, but I'm saying you never know. They might not.
Yeah, unless 4 or 5 of the guys that's already in are stretched out so far that nobody can catch them, and that doesn't happen at Daytona.
Yeah.
I believe the end of that race is going to get crazy.
Yep.
I hope so.
But
I want to see something.
think that-
And we did, and last year we saw what can happen at Richmond. There's
the
already been an
Austin
example for
Dillon
that.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows not to do that, but I guess the deal is don't take 2 cars out, just get 1.
yeah.
See how that goes for you. Let's back up 1 and see how that works out.
Yeah. But I think we're good on the Ross talk, ain't we?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Alright. Let's do the yellow tape takes. Go ahead and lead us off, Connor. What you got?
My take is one that I know not a lot of people will. Well, actually, I think some people will. Is that agree or disagree? The race today, the length of the race was the perfect length for a road course because it felt shorter than a lot of them. I don't know why it did, and I don't know if it was.
Because there were no cautions, really.
And maybe that's why. But I mean, I think that I think road courses need to be shorter than what they are. But today just felt so fast. It felt so much shorter, and it was nice. It felt concise.
I don't even know the race was 2 hours long.
I think it reached just at 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think. But I mean,
I don't know. It's been 90 laps since I can ever remember, and it's always been good. But when they run the whole race with nothing happening, it goes by way faster than I would have wanted it to.
I think it feeds into my not really liking that there's like 30 different road courses on the schedule, so that they feel like they start to drag out a little bit. But
Yeah, just think how quick the race would have been today if they didn't have the stage breaks.
yeah,
Like they done a couple times at the road courses where they just raced right through them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Heck, they would have been out there, hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
or less.
I think technically it was the right amount. I just think more needed to happen.
Yeah. I think you could have a longer race. Just I don't
I
know.
don't
With them
know,
tracks being
maybe
so
100
big like they are.
laps. I wouldn't have minded 100 maybe.
No, 100 would be good. I think somewhere between 80 and 100, or 85 and 100, somewhere in there, is like your good road course length. But then you get these
Well, it
tracks that are like
depends on
100.
how
Yeah,
big
I,
of a
I
road
think if you're
course
going to
it is.
extend it, you need to extend it out where they got to make one more pit stop for fuel, though.
Yeah.
If you want to throw some more interest in it, that's what it's going to take, is another pit stop for fuel.
Yeah. I think that they just need to make a rule that if Shane gets out by more than 10 seconds, like, he needs to start having to go through the boot. And everybody else can take their normal track.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I want y'all's thoughts, if you agree, on NASCAR moving the restart zone back this year to turn 7, I believe.
I think that made it easier for the leader.
Mhm.
Did it save any wrecks? I don't think they'll ever be able to do that. I think that's just on the drivers, whether they're going to put it down in there or not. But I think the biggest effect it had was just made it easier on the leader to get a good restart.
Yeah, oh, I don't remember of any bad wrecks happening on the restart this year.
No,
Because that was their point. They were saying that in prior years there's so small of a gap in the restart zone that it gets the field so bunched up and they all try to dive into turn 1 and have a 82 car pileup.
right. I mean, I understand that. So there's no issue with it. If it did help from having too many cautions after the restart, that's fine. But I think that the way they did it, it gave the leader an advantage on the restart is the biggest thing I saw.
Yeah.
Which is okay. He should. He's in the lead.
Yeah.
He earned it somehow or another, whether they pitted at the right time or outran everybody. They earned the advantage of being in the lead.
Yeah.
Unless it's Shane. Shane can start the back on every restart, and that's what I think. I think he just needs to go to the back. He'll work his way up.
What's your take, Frank?
Huh?
What's the one you got?
It was just something you talked about earlier. Do you think that the tires really made a difference in this race? And I think that the tires were the tires right? I think they were perfect for this race.
Yep.
For once, that things finally worked out where the Goodyear had the right tire there to go with the car. The right amount of fall off. They weren't blistering or blowing up tires real bad and just, destroying their cars with them, but they were falling off enough to make a difference where people had to get tires to be able to keep up.
Yeah, I agree.
If they could come up with this formula for every race they have outside of the plate races, I think that would probably be about the perfect formula.
Yeah, that's what they need to do for Daytona. Come up with a red option tire also,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where you can run an extra 10 mile an hour.
Okay.
Well, we gotta help come up with more ideas.
I'm on board. I'll watch it. I'll damn
Anything
sure
that
watch
gets
it.
him to run faster. I mean,
So,
All right, well, that's good for those takes, ain't it?
yeah, that's pretty much it as far as things that happen. I got a couple other questions. I guess you could call them takes. I don't know. One of my takes was there was a couple guys in the race that I never really saw in there that we normally do, like AJ, and one that we mentioned before, Chase Elliott. Used to be a heck of a road course racer.
Yeah.
What's happened to him?
tired.
I feel like, I don't know about AJ. They just seem to be missing. I mean, they all seem to be missing.
But
some-
AJ, for parts of the year, they ran good.
He's
Yeah.
ran better on the ovals
Yeah.
than he has road courses, honestly.
And he was a superstar. He could get in something a little less than a lot of people on the road courses at times and show them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anymore, he's just
I
not
don't
been a
know.
factor.
I did hear something. They asked Kyle Busch this past week who he thought the most underrated drivers out there were, and he said AJ and Buescher. So apparently he still looks good to his own competitors. But
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't know, but they just seem to be, and that's why it's weird because colleague who he drives for shares with RCR, and so him and Kyle should have about the same thing,
Yeah.
and But I don't know because Kyle seems to be outrunning him on the road courses, and he's outrunning Kyle on ovals a lot of times. So it just seems backwards.
Yeah, maybe get together and let's make a combination here on what we're doing and try to catch up with the rest of the teams.
Yeah.
Sure.
Who knows? But anyhow, that was just something that I was curious about because AJ was always before Shane. He was the talk of the road courses. Everybody thought he was always going to do good, but
Yep.
as of late, nothing.
I don't even think he ever cracked the top 10 today.
I don't
I don't think so.
If
He finished 11th, I think, but he never got to the top 10 at all.
Yeah, just curious about that. Kind of odd.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's your only question?
That's pretty much it.
All right.
Yeah, just those couple of things there.
And then I guess we'll do rookie moves of the race. I think my nominations go to John Hunter and McDowell for getting their teammates.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I was at, but it was so bad that I've got to throw Hill under the bus too.
Oh yeah.
Even though he wasn't in the race, he did so bad in the Xfinity race. He still gets one.
Yeah, he's I think I want to nominate him to be like.
Just the whole weekend. He just gets it for the whole
I don't
weekend.
know. If Hocevar's Hurricane, can he be like Tornado?
He can be darn disaster.
Hell on Wheel Hill. I don't know, but
I saw somebody say that Austin Hill is what everybody says Carson Hocevar is like, and I don't think I've ever seen more of a perfect
Yeah, that's kind of what
statement.
I was thinking.
because like everybody's always like Hocevar's doing this and this, and I'm like, have you seen what Austin Hill did last week? He done threw a man, he threw 5 people into the wall.
yeah.
Hocevar tapped that guy, and all he did was spin out, and Austin Hill just done run.
Yeah,
off
there's
all
a
the
whole
bumper.
lot of things.
Did y'all
Over
see
the
Hoce-
hill, I don't know, there's a whole lot of things.
Hocevar's
Hill.
post the other night during the truck race.
What was that? I didn't catch
When they
that
were
one.
all wrecking, he posted on X and said, I'm feeling guilty by association for all of this wrecking. I apologize. He seems to love to stir the pot.
Yeah, he's one
And
that
him and
doesn't
Zane
get
were
it.
around each other all day today after last week, and apparently they finally had a talk after the race, but Zane called him an idiot, so.
Well, he is an idiot. He's a blooming idiot. He's good for the sport in some ways, but the boys and some of the things he does is just boneheaded. I mean, come on. Maybe he just hadn't figured out, or maybe he's just having so much fun pissing people off. But hey,
I think that's part of
Might
it. He
be
likes
part of it.
attention.
yeah. Oh yeah, he likes the attention because
Yeah.
he's getting plenty of it. But hey, there comes a point. I guess he's got good sponsors that really, really, really like him. But there comes a point when somebody goes, "Boy, tame it down." I mean, be in the media, let everybody see you, be out there. But there's a point where you just got to take some of it back a notch.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
He's the next this and that and the other thing. But
Dale Earnhardt.
yeah,
I don't know about that.
Me neither.
the boy's got talent. There's no doubt. He can.
Yeah, but Earnhardt-
he can drive a car well, but
Earnhardt,
Earnhardt didn't draw his attention away from the racetrack either. He let it show on the racetrack
yeah,
or during his interviews. He just didn't. Of course, they didn't have all the social media crap they got now, and
Yeah.
I think that's something you're going to see more of. I mean, because you got like with Butterbean and Bean Nation and all. Without him being on social media, nobody would know who he was hardly.
No.
the folks at Waffle House would know.
The folks at Waffle House would certainly know who Butterbean is. You are 100% right. And if you will go look at his interview with Kevin Harvick, you will understand everything behind it.
He did an interview with Harvick? I
Anybody
didn't
who
know that.
hadn't seen that, yeah, go look at the happy hour with Kevin Harvick and watch that. It's very informative about him and where he came from. I enjoyed that quite a lot. But I am a Butterbean fan. But yeah, there's a lot of guys that I think that's going to mean something to their career now is just going to be social media.
Yeah.
You could be a middle of the road driver, do the right things on social media. I mean, what are they looking for? Young fans. How are you going to get them?
Yeah,
You're right.
They're not even watching the race, but they're seeing you out there on social media acting the fool.
Yeah.
You can build a fan base that way. And how do you get in a race car? With sponsorship, money. How you going to get it? Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Watch that when you get a chance. This is really worth watching.
I will, but
I'm watching it right now.
We don't listen to it now. Listen to us for a few minutes more, anyhow.
All right,
it's-
Connor.
it's
So
good.
who's your nomination for crew cut?
Crew cut? Oh, probably the 5 crew for messing up his brakes.
Amen to
I'd
that.
give that to them. Or I think I saw a Jack man drop
Gibbs.
car down. Yeah, he dropped his car. What was it? He dropped the car down
No,
on
he
the jack.
dropped the
Dropped
jack.
the jack.
Oh
He's
yeah, he
trying to
just
sling.
dropped
They
the
do
jack.
that new move where they sling it behind their
Yeah,
back,
that's
and he
right.
stumbled when he grabbed it, and then when he went behind his back, didn't have a good control of it, and had to go again. But that didn't cost Gibbs too much, a little bit, but not too much.
But overall, yeah, I'd have to give it to the 5 crew just for messing up something like brakes, which is not something they usually mess up.
Well, Blaney's crew screwed up too, a little bit. I think they lost him a couple of spots in that run, and then Elliott got saved a little bit. I mean, not that it mattered because of where he ended up, but his crew screwed him up before that caution came out. But yeah, I think making your car have to go to the garage without brakes is probably the worst.
Yeah, at the
thing.
very beginning of the race, I think that
Yeah.
he's probably the winner. But somebody else I want to get, and you mentioned about him, but for a different reason, would be Ty Gibbs. Austin let me hear the thing earlier about them hollering back and forth at each other on the radio. I'm going to have to throw his crew chief under the bus a little bit here, give him a little bit of a cut, because take control of your daggum team.
Yeah.
Who's in charge? Is the driver in charge, or is the crew chief in charge when it comes to calls? Like it or not, the
Yeah.
crew chief has to take control, especially when you got a young kid like that. You need, and I know that's grandpa's boy or whatever, but hey, to me, the crew chief needs to say, no, I'm making the calls here. You tell me what's wrong and let me make the calls. That's my job. You turn the wheel. You pull the gears.
Apparently, they pit at that. Remember that weird stop he did at like 4 to go?
I think it was 9 or 8 or yeah, whatever it was. Yeah, it was near the end of the race.
That was a stop that Ty Gibbs called because he wanted to just try a Hail Mary by pitting in and getting a lucky caution and jumping the field.
Well, that
Yeah.
worked out well for him.
Yeah.
That's what I say. That's
33rd.
the yeah. And seeing that, I think that it's time. It's time more than just him for some of these crew chiefs to take control. And if they can't take control, put somebody in there who can. And that also goes with some that we've mentioned before.
Yeah, like your spotter calling.
Yeah, spotters calling the race. I think you need to have some more hard car.
Yeah.
You don't have to demean the driver, but you need to tell him, this is my job, that's your job.
I mean, you can see where Denny. That's one thing Denny has always been outspoken about. That he runs his race, and he lets his crew call the race, and he does what they tell him.
You know what information you have in that car is right here. That crew's got the engineers, people watching the race, spotters. He's got all kind of information on that race. You
Yeah.
can feel what's in the car, and that's your job. Relay to him, hey, the car's tight, the car's loose, the brakes aren't working, whatever. Relay the message, but let the crew chief make the call, and the crew chief needs to be man enough to make the call.
Yeah. But that's just
Not,
one
what
big.
do you want to do? I want you to get a new job because you're not doing yours.
Yeah, that's one of the big things that Denny's always talked about is he just runs the race and they call the race for him, and I mean he's won plenty, so it works.
Did you ever listen to Chad Knaus and Jimmy Johnson? It was almost, Jimmy, shut up, I know what I'm doing. You let me do my job. I mean, Chad would get on his butt, and they were one of the best teams ever out there. I mean, they did things, just phenomenal things when they were racing.
7 championships.
But yeah,
bro.
Chad didn't take no crap off of Jimmy Johnson, and he was Superman for a while. He was
Yeah.
hard to beat, but go back and listen to some of the stuff that Knaus would tell him. He'd get right on his butt and tell him. But at the end of the day, it was because he wanted to win races. Jimmy wanted to win races. Listen to me, boy. I'm going to help you get there. That's basically all he was saying.
Yeah.
Let me do my job. But I understand you get emotional and you get hyped up and all that in the car. But when your crew chief hollers at you, settle back down and try to do what he says. If you trust him, if you don't, tell the owner, hey, I need a new one.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, I'm
we'll
done.
get through.
went a little too far with that, but anyhow, yeah. I mean,
No, that's good. I needed a clip. For this.
there are. Let me go ahead and I done dug this hole. Let me keep digging.
Oh boy.
There are teams out there right now that could be doing exponentially better if they had a better crew chief. Period. There was
Yeah.
some of them that would be in the playoffs that aren't in the playoffs.
Oh.
There was some of them that would have wins that don't have wins, and there were some that would just overall season would have a better finish with simply just a better crew chief.
Yep. I mean,
Agree
you're
or
not
disagree?
wrong.
Okay.
But
Agree.
we said we got to get these crews straight. That's what we've been saying for the last
Yeah.
2 weeks. So we're trying.
And
Yeah,
I know these guys are buddies and they work together and all that, but I mean,
We're not out here for friendships.
yeah, we ain't making
This
friends.
is
We
a
used to. I've
business.
seen plenty of people pull up the racetrack with signs. I didn't come here to make friends. I
Yeah.
brought them with me, and if the ones with me ain't doing a good job, we're gonna get some new ones.
So result-driven sport is a business.
Yeah.
You got to have results. But anyway,
Let me move on to something
Yeah.
else. Or let's all move on to something else. We've
Let's
covered this
do-
enough.
the vet of the day. You can't say Shane.
Well, what am I gonna say?
No,
Well, he's
I-
just like a rookie, right? So
I
he's
want
not
to
a
nominate
vet.
at least Suarez. No, we ain't mentioned him, but he came back and finished 7th, I think. Actually, all 3 Trackhouse cars got in the top 10 for the first time ever. But yeah, I mean, they've been off. We
Okay.
don't normally see him, and he just worked his way up all day. And, I mean, he drove his way up there. It wasn't luck on strategy, so.
He did well. I'll agree. He did very well. All right. So here's going to be mine. Not Shane, but I guess we'll go with. I'd probably just go with Bell.
Yeah, he worked.
He
his
did
way up,
everything he
too.
could. He hadn't been looking as good lately. They just hadn't been getting all their stuff ironed out and done what they should, and they did this week.
Yeah.
And I will go with Blaney,
Not Shane, right?
not Shane.
Okay, just
Only-
want to make sure.
Only because you just don't never, when you think road course, you never think Blaney. I mean, I guess I wouldn't say never, but I mean, I wouldn't have thought he would have such a good as finish as he did today. So I will put Blaney.
Well,
As
along
my
that
vet of
same
the day.
vein, I also want to throw Bubba in there because you also never think about him here. So.
Yeah, he did very well today.
All
There were
right.
definitely some surprises.
Well, I want y'all's opinion for a final green, white, checker take. I saw a few people talking on the internet. Is it just past the time for track limits? Are we just done with those now?
Might as well be. They run all over that thing, even with the track limit.
It's not just here though. I mean, it's everywhere.
I know, and I've seen it happen. I mean, you just might as well be done with them.
I don't think it would be that easy to do. At this track, anyhow. There's other tracks it would be pretty simple, but it'd be a little more difficult here.
Well,
What do you do? Move stuff in to try to control it? You can't just paint a line. I mean, that's
no, but I mean, if you get rid of all the pavement out there,
Go back to grass.
yeah.
Because that's what they used to have.
It'd make for some better racing too, because there'd be a
That's
few of
what
them
they
stuck
used
in
to-
it for sure.
There was
Or that. What
But it
about
would
those
cause a
old?
whole lot more cautions as well.
What about those old sand traps they used to run them in?
oh, yeah.
That's another caution. So I mean, if you do that, you'll have more cautions.
Well, they could have used a few more today.
Tweak the cars up a little
Yeah.
bit where they might not have to get stuck and stuff like that.
Well, but those traps, they just tend to want to stick the car.
I don't know. But
No matter what car they've had out there, I think they pretty much get stuck in it.
Well,
But yeah, I don't disagree that maybe we need some limits on where they can go with them.
do you think there should be? So you think there should be limits?
Hmm.
Because I mean everywhere, not like this repaved flip at Phoenix. Now every time they restart there, they're 10 wide all the way from the wall. That's 5 cars below the curve all the way up across the actual track. Do you feel like? Because I just see people, they think that it just looks bad. It don't look right having a car way out racing through the parking lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I don't disagree with you. I think figuring a way to do it might take a little work at some of the tracks, but yeah, I don't disagree with you. They don't need to be able to get more than probably 5 wide.
I think they can get
And
at least 7 at
at
Phoenix.
Phoenix, you were probably more right when you said 10.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
usually
they
about-
really and truly could. Now they got to come together at some point, but Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
It's a long way across where they go from where they go to the bottom to the wall. But yeah, I think some limits somehow would be helpful, but
All right. Well,
I don't know exactly how to make that happen.
That's my take. Y'all good, or y'all got anything you wanna say?
I'm happy with that.
All right.
It's a classic.
Let's do track back. Weeks, previous news. One of our quieter weeks. We had
It might have been quieter, but I think it was very very informative from what a couple of ex-drivers said.
yeah.
Oh.
You want to start with that?
Really appreciate it. Yeah, Dale Jr. and Kevin Harvick, and I think some come out of Mark Martin as well, which he has in the past. Were speaking out a few of of NASCAR's problems that they thought they had. One that'll make Connor happy. You know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Dale Jr. says the single lug nut is a bunch of BS.
That's because it is.
What did he say? How did he put it?
He drives around everywhere and he don't see none.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You know, and I got to thinking the other side of that coin too. All right.
Hmm.
They're talking about, well, new cars got this, they got that, they're fuel injected, they're this and that. Well, new cars got turbos on them, they got superchargers on them.
They're EcoBoost.
Yeah, they're eco. There's a whole lot of things in new cars that I don't think they want to get into.
No. So why are we putting on one lug wheels?
And they don't even have that.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, there were more than that Junior was and Harvick had started, and I think there's more of the retired drivers and other people that are starting to speak out about things that they're not really liking that's going on in the sport right now, which I hope will help rearrange some of the situations.
Hopefully it'll push NASCAR to do
Put
something.
a fire into their butt and get something done.
Yeah.
There
because,
Yeah.
I mean, when you got Dale Jr.,
Yeah, when you got Xfinity week after week,
Yeah, you should probably
laying
listen to
down
it.
faster laps in the Cup Series, come on, guys.
oh yeah. Yes.
That's like going to a racetrack and you just put a bunch of four-cylinder mini stocks out there. Yeah, well, they were 2.5 seconds faster than the Super Lates, but Super Lates put on a better race. No, they didn't.
Can we please just run one race with Xfinity cars, like a Cup race with Xfinity? Just let them borrow them for a weekend when Xfinity is not racing, and just let the Cup guys just run wild with them. I want to see it so bad.
We can do it this week at Richmond.
They could do it this week at Richmond. Just find a week that they're not racing, and throw it in a Cup race. Because really, those cars really are what the Cup cars should be like right now. A lot of the time, and I'd love to see him driving them up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But I mean that, and then I don't know exactly what he was referring to, but when you got Blaney and we done said how good he was racing, probably maybe the second best car to Shane today, and he was screaming on the radio that the car sucked.
Yeah,
I mean,
they hate the car.
you got Blaney saying it and Larson every week. And
yeah, I
Denny
don't know.
every
Have you
week.
ever heard a driver say that he liked this car? Any driver, ever?
I don't think so.
Mm.
Maybe like a Cody Ware or somebody that it makes him way more equal with the field, but no, not really. So,
Well, that ought to tell you something.
yeah. But we're just complainers.
I am.
We don't want to see NASCAR succeed or whatever.
I hope they succeed. I'd like to stick around and watch it a while.
Yeah.
It would be nice.
Because some of the other racing that goes on is great, but this is still top tier racing.
Yeah.
Let's just do the tweaks that need to be done to keep it that way.
Go back
Yeah.
to
And maybe one of those would be to have the best series be the fastest series.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, there's in other news, Shane, he won after announcing a multi-year contract extension with Trackhouse, so we know we're going to have him win at least 8 more road courses or so in the next 2 years.
I kind of feel bad we really hadn't said much about him because he did put a good old country ass whooping on them boys. I mean,
Yeah.
that was at the end. Woo! But yeah, he signed him an extension. Did you expect anything different?
No.
Nope. I'd just be curious to see how far it does go.
Yeah.
How long do you think he'll really be around?
He's what, 35 now?
36.
6?
This extension runs him till he's 38.
I don't know, if he keeps winning road courses, he might be around a while. but that's probably what they're banking on is he'll get all their road course wins.
I'd
Yeah.
just be curious when Zillish gets in another car. Because
Yeah.
they put on a dang good show in Xfinity just about every single time.
Yeah.
But
That remains to be seen, but we thought we might get to see some of that today.
yeah,
Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way, so I guess that'll be next year
yeah.
Yeah,
before
we'll
we get to
see.
see the two of them racing in what should be equal cars
Yeah.
in the Cup Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an anomaly. There's nothing wrong with keeping him around for a while, I wouldn't think.
I think he'll be around until he's at least 40. So probably 4 more
Probably, yeah.
years.
I could see it.
So 4 years at what, 4 wins a year?
Yeah.
So
He'll be right up there with about Junior or somebody.
And he might turn things around and get better at the oval tracks.
might.
I wouldn't say he's going to get any worse, so he should get better. And their team isn't at the top of the heap right now anyhow. So
Yeah.
if the team as a whole gets better, and I honestly believe if they can get Zillich there and between the three that'll be there,
They ought to be able to make something
I
happen.
think they should make something happen.
Yeah.
Nothing against Suarez, but I just think that team would probably work a little better towards getting better across
Benefit.
the board.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, him updates on all the stuff from last week. We end up Caden Honeycutt's going to run the 52 truck for Stuart Friesen for the rest of the year. So I think that'll be a good thing for both sides of that coin.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that Friesen had all his surgeries, and right now he's just going to be on the mend and apparently not going to be back at all this year.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like, I think.
Yeah.
But
But at least they can run get as high as they can with owners' points
yeah,
and do what they can there. And I think that's a good fit for their truck
yeah.
to run it. The boy seems to do a pretty good job.
Yeah, and then they got Bailey Curry, who's going to get into the 45 truck for Nice and run that for the rest of the year. And that he's seen to make pretty good speed when he's been in the races, so I think that'll be good for him too.
Yeah, I haven't followed him enough to know, but hopefully that he'll do good in that one.
Yeah,
Hope
but and that's all the news I got.
I don't have news, but I'm excited about something because I just realized the next 4 out of 5 races are going to be night races.
Yep.
I've missed the night races, so I mean we've had some good ones this season, so I hope that we do good. It's not news,
Ain't
but
nothing like a Richmond night race or a
Mhm.
Bristol night race. Hopefully they can pass this time.
I hope so.
But yeah.
Unless Larson wants to run away with it again, which I'm not upset about. I would be upset. I want to see a good race as much as I want to see Larson win. I'd rather just see a good race.
Well, everybody else can race
Try to
good.
start running in the right direction first.
Maybe.
They still got all the parts and pieces there. They just got to get them
Yeah.
working right.
Yeah. All right. Let's do who's this driver.
All right.
We're gonna try and
the
guess
driver?
a driver that Connor
This
got in mind.
should be a fairly. He's a pretty well-known driver, so I went a lot easier this time than my previous attempt at who's that driver. So, all right, y'all ready for some hints
Yeah.
on driver? All right, so this driver has achieved 55 career Cup Series victories.
Rusty Wallace.
Mother lover, what are you doing? I just started.
Yeah, I was going to say Rusty because I know that too. You want to try another?
No, I don't. I would rather just sit here and sulk.
I mean,
You know, Austin knows all the NASCAR, the normal
But
NASCAR stats.
55. How many other drivers have 55 wins? I don't know.
none. He's the only one.
He's the only. Oh, I
He's
didn't-
standing right by himself. Yeah.
I mean, until you get down into the 30s, a lot of them are on their own number.
Yeah.
Well, should have.
They really don't start getting confusing until the 20s, I think.
Well, darn, that was what I was banking on. Because
Well,
I like Rusty Wallace.
let's do one more question before we get too far because we're getting down. We got 2 to go. So each of you say Do you think, or if you do think, is there somebody different going to be in? Who's it going to be? Start with you, Austin.
Huh? What?
You're saying
Between
taking
Richmond
last year?
and
Yeah, all right.
and-
Richmond.
and Daytona, who else is going to get in, if anybody else? I know we kind of covered this, but give me a name. You said maybe 2 wins, one more. We talked about it, but you give me a name now.
All right, I'm thinking at least one of the RFK guys is winning their way in. I'm gonna say.
You think Brad or Busher or Priest? All 3 of them can do it. We know that.
I mean,
All 3 of them have shown enough speed this year to do it.
I think.
Say it. You know you want to. I know you want.
I'm gonna say
I know you
Busher
want to.
wins.
That's not
Richmond, and then
Then you don't think there's a snowball's chance that Austin Dillon's going to come back to Richmond with what he had last year and put on a show? I mean, it could happen.
I think
could.
he will be. I think he will be in the top 10,
Or that,
fighting in the top 5. But
Kyle's going to have the same setup and it'll work
I
for
just
him.
worry that I'm not gonna say it because that's been the weird thing when Austin's had this magical speed at Richmond or just a couple other times he's had it. His teammate never does for some reason.
Yeah.
Because last year he was up there walking off with the win, and Kyle wasn't even in the top 10.
Right.
He got 12th, if I remember right. But
Yep.
Yeah,
So you think one of the RFK cars?
I
at
think
Richmond.
definitely one of them is gonna win in. I'll just go with Busher, and then for Daytona, I think Kyle will win there. I'm gonna say he'll get Daytona.
Is that think or hope?
I mean,
We all got hopes.
yeah.
I understand that, but I mean, in your heart of hearts, you think that's going to happen?
I wouldn't. For it being Daytona, you can't bet for nobody, but I wouldn't bet against it. I mean, he was leading it last year. He was in the top 3 at the Daytona 500. He was leading the Daytona 500 at the 500 mark a couple of years ago.
Fair enough.
They've got Daytona. He's always near the front, it seems like.
Fair enough, and we know what somebody will do to win that one. What about you, Connor? Who do you think's going to get in? Think, not want.
I honestly think Brad Week is upon us.
Okay.
I honestly do. Now, Daytona or Richmond, I probably couldn't tell you. I guess.
Well, he got second to Busher at Richmond.
Yeah, I would have to say Richmond over just because I know he's had a history, just like pretty much everybody else, of having bad wreck at Daytona and all that stuff.
But
so.
there's been times when he was
Oh,
up front car there with the
And
right
he's done
person
good.
helping him.
But I would bank more on Richmond than Daytona. But Daytona,
I mean, you do have to look it up, but I think in that time when Busher won 3 out of 5 races a couple of years ago, I think him and Brad finished 1-2 at Richmond, and then Brad might have been the one that pushed him to win at Daytona. So
I do believe you're right.
I think so. Daytona, though, I don't know. I could bank on just about anybody getting some kind of win. Who do I think's gonna win? Austin Dillon.
all right.
I'm being serious. I really
Yeah,
do.
I mean-
I think out of just luck and stupidity of that race, I really do think he could shoot it. Well, I think it might end up really being an RCR car, Dillon or Bush.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. These are just opinions. I was just curious what your opinion are. My opinion is we're done.
Well,
Who's,
Oh, you
who's
think
there
just-
is there.
just-
I thought
okay.
before this week, I thought, hey, somebody's going to show up and do something, but I've done changed my mind. I think
so
we're
who you
done.
think's gonna win the next 2?
Huh?
You still gotta say who's gonna win.
Who's
Yeah.
going to win the next 2?
Mhm.
Ryan Blaney next week, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, yeah.
What?
That's a shot.
Is it?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
It's different, but
I think he just had a little extra step today that made him look like that, and then Denny at Daytona.
yeah.
I'd say that's a bigger shot.
I know,
All right. Well,
but all the
we'll
other people's
see.
going to do something stupid, and he's going to sit back there and let them tear their cars all to pieces. And
He needs to, because he become a trend of being in them the last several years.
Yeah.
But all these picks, let's go ahead and do our picks for
Richmond?
Richmond, yeah. Guess you already all picked a winner, but
Yeah.
So, okay.
look at
Brad?
that. On my picks, I had 2 RFK cars already, and it wasn't Busher.
Really?
He senses Brad week. He just doesn't want to admit it.
I hope you're right. I'd like to see one of those guys get a win before the regular season's over.
I would like to see any one of them.
Well, yeah. So on my picks, I got wrote down Priest, Keselowski, and I put Austin Dillon.
Brad? Denny? Yeah, Denny. Why not?
Pretty
And then
good at Richmond.
Yeah.
Blaney.
I'm right there, except for instead of Brad, I'm gonna go with Busher.
Oh,
I had some other people written down, but I think I've changed my mind.
okay.
So Blaney, Busher, and Denny.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
It's on the record.
All right. Well,
We're locked in now.
yeah. It's been this week's edition of the Rookie Lap, and y'all comment, tell us who you think's gonna lose next week. I want all the people who think's gonna lose.
We're only looking for losers.
Yeah.
I have a long list.
And let us know what you thought about maybe having a playoffs for the regular season championship. And until Richmond, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye now.
Bye.
I don't want to see you anymore.
Coming to the Checkers, and there. Good job. You only pissed off 87 other drivers, 912 fans, and set the sport back another 53 years. Just pay the $20,000 fine, and we'll try it again next week.